It's time to celebrate January's Habit Heroes. In Mrs. Shannon's class, Anastasia Mormon. Habit 1, be proactive. Anastasia does a great job of making sure she's in charge of herself. She doesn't point out when others aren't making good choices, but instead makes sure she is following directions and doing the right thing. In Mrs. Hanson's class, Jacob Noonan. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. Jacob has done a great job of keeping balance and learning and fun in kindergarten. He comes to school ready to start his work. He gives focus and care to all of his assignments. Then, during brain breaks and recess, he has some fun with friends running and playing games. Keep at it, Jacob. In Mrs. Badger's class, Sophie Ryan. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. Sophie takes care of her mind and body. She has been absent a few days with sickness and hasn't missed a beat at school. She is learning in lots of ways and even working hard at home to keep her brain growing. She is doing the best she can to stay sharp at school and home. In Mrs. Tidwell's class, Luke Davies. Habit 1, be proactive. Luke is a motivated student. He knows that when he takes care of his priorities, he can accomplish his goals. For Miss Conley's class, Diesel Reitzma. Habit 6, synergize. Diesel is a hard worker and a good friend. He is very willing to take advice from others and work together. For Mrs. Barger's class, Rain Van Devender. Habit 1, be proactive. Rain tries her best on all that she does and has a great attitude. Way to go, Rain. In Mrs. Holt's class, Evie Mundell. Habit 6, synergize. Evie works well with others. She is always willing to help those around her and is willing to work as a team player. For Mrs. Early's class, Maya Doan. Habit 1, be proactive. Maya listens and follows directions. She always has a can-do attitude and tries her best on everything she does. In Miss Mathis's class, Griffin Woods. Habit 1, be proactive. Griffin is always ready and willing to learn and help in the classroom. He knows what integrity is and how to show it. I can always count on Griffin to do the right thing. For Mrs. Crane, Ezekiel Diaz. Habit 6, synergize. Ezekiel works well with other kids. He values the opinion of others and understands that working together as a team can help the group accomplish more. For Miss Musil, Savannah York. Habit 3, put first things first. Savannah is a great example of always putting first things first. She uses Habit 3 by prioritizing her schoolwork and making sure her assignments are complete. For Mrs. Weiss, Caleb Montel. Habit 1, be proactive. Caleb is responsible, prepared for class, and controls his actions and attitude. He always tries to do what is right and makes good choices. In Mrs. Bowles' class, Nixon Noonan. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. Nixon is a leader in the classroom. He works hard and always participates in class discussion. When it is time for a break or recess, he makes sure he enjoys himself. Whether it is kickball, basketball, or any other activity, he always gives it his best effort. When it is time to work, he gets right back at it. Way to go, Nixon. In Miss Cooper's class, Alea Steele. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Alea is a good friend to all in our classroom. She practices Habit 5 by listening intently to those around her before she responds to anything. She always speaks with respect and clarity. Keep up the good work, Alea. And for Miss Curran's class, Braxton Jeffrey. Habit 1, be proactive, and Habit 4, think win-win. Braxton is doing a great job this year at being patient with friends. He loves to see his friends be successful and will pat them on the shoulder if they are upset. Congratulations, January Habit Heroes. Keep being awesome.
Good morning, Warriors, and congratulations, Habit Heroes.
Today is Wednesday, February 7th, 2024.
For lunch today, we will have cheeseburger or hamburger, baked beans, tater tots, fruit, and milk.
In school news, Abby and I visited Mrs. Tidwell's first grade classroom to hear what students had to say about National School Counselors Week.
Hey Charlotte, what do you think Miss Leach's first name is?
Miss Leach.
I think it's Garth. Hey Luke, what do you think Miss Leach and Finley do in their spare time?
They play together.
That's a good one.
Hey Oliver, how old do you think Miss Leach is?
100 years old.
If you could have one word to describe Miss Leach, what would it be?
She is kind.
That's a good one.
Hey Henley, what's the weather like today?
Thanks, team. For today, you can expect cloudy skies and a high of 53 degrees. Back to you. You may now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance or remain standing for the moment of silence.